Welcome back to the channel. The fall 2025 anime season is packed, but today we're skipping the sequels and diving into the brand new shows making their debut right now. Some are solemn and sci-fi, some are gothic and strange, others are quietly beautiful slice of life with a speculative twist. No spoilers, just what each series is about, who it's for, and why it's worth a spot on your watch list. 10 premieres. 10 new worlds. Let's begin. Welcome back to the channel. The fall 2025 anime season is packed, but today we're skipping the sequels and diving into the brand new shows making their debut right now. Some are solemn and sci-fi, some are gothic and strange, others are quietly beautiful slice of life with a speculative twist. No spoilers, just what each series is about, who it's for, and why it's worth a spot on your watch list. 10 premieres. 10 new worlds. Let's begin. Then there's the other kind of post-apocalypse, the intimate road story. During after the apocalypse is a travel diary through the end of the world. A girl and her not-quite-human companion ride through ruined suburbs and ghostly coastlines, collecting small moments, a vending machine still alive on backup power, a school rooftop overgrown with green, a bridge humming in the wind. The hook isn't survival spectacle, it's presence. The show breathes, long rides, side-of-the-road meals, memories of the sisters she used to travel with, and that calm feeling of being the last tourist on Earth. The music leans airy and reflective, the direction gives you time to look at the sky. This premiered October 4, 2025, with Nexus animating and Aniplex handling the rollout. If you want a gentler, contemplative end times mood, fewer gunfights, more sunsets, this is a perfect late night watch. Baldur's Under, high school romance with the cosmos breathing down your neck, a star brighter than the sun follows the star-obsessed boy and the transfer student who seems to know too much about the night sky. What begins as a tender, everyday story gradually tilts into science fiction, and not with spaceships blasting overhead, but through the eerie feeling that the universe is closer than you think, and someone has been watching. The direction luxuriates in night scenes, rooftops, observatories, light-polluted horizons with a few stubborn stars burning through. It's patient, sincere, and sprinkled with quiet revelations. If you like your romance wrapped in celestial mystery, think Your Name's Longing with a soft SF undercurrent that scratches that itch. It began broadcasting in Japan October 2, 2025 TBS, with worldwide streaming following right after. Let's kick off this half of the list with something wild. SANDA. Adapted from Haru Tageki's manga, the same mind behind Beastos, this show dives into a bizarre world where Christmas has been erased from human culture. The government outlawed every trace of it, and no songs, no lights, no presents claiming it was dangerous superstition. The story follows SANDA, a quiet boy born in a cold northern city where everyone lives in strict, mechanical routines. But one day, SANDA discovers something impossible. He's part of a forgotten bloodline connected to the myth of Santa Claus, and that legacy is literally inside him. His body begins to change, awakening strange powers tied to joy, generosity, and something darker. It's an absurd premise, but the anime plays it straight, combining surreal humor with biting social satire. Haru Tageki's signature themes are here: the loss of identity, suppressed instincts, and society's fear of emotion. Visually, SANDA looks incredible. Science Sorrow animates with bold, fluid motion and heavy use of contrast, snowy landscapes drenched in neon light, unsettling close-ups, and kinetic chase sequences that feel alive. It's weird. It's bold. It's one of the few anime this season that feels like genuine art, equal parts fun and disturbing. SANDA is what happens when Christmas meets cyberpunk existentialism, and somehow, it works. Next up, Ganglion, a brand new original sci-fi thriller that completely flew under the radar. Set in a hyper-connected future where neural implants allow people to share emotions directly, Ganglion asks a terrifying question: what happens when someone starts to manipulate that system from the inside? Our protagonist, Toma, works as a mental janitor, someone who cleans corrupted data and unstable emotions from the city's collective network. But when he stumbles on a rogue intelligence that seems to be evolving consciousness, his job becomes a battle for the soul of humanity itself. The world design is stunning: rain-soaked streets lit by neural grids, translucent skyscrapers pulsing like synapses, and a soundscape built from whispers, heartbeats, and data hums. Its psychopath meets Ghost in the Shell, dense, cerebral, but emotionally grounded. What makes Ganglion work is its focus on empathy. It's not just a thriller, it's a story about connection. The further Toma dives into the network, the more he realizes that emotions, even pain, are what make people human. If you want something mysterious, slow burn, and visually hypnotic, Ganglion is the hidden gem of fall 2025. At number 6, we shift from sci-fi to dark fantasy. This monster wants to eat me. The premise is deceptively simple. An introverted art student named Shia moves to a small coastal town to escape her past. But on her first night there, while sketching by the moonlit sea, she encounters a pale woman rising from the water, a creature named Mari. Mari claims she's not human. She says she's been watching Shio for years, and she's starving. What follows is a haunting, slow-burning psychological horror that explores love, self-destruction, and obsession. The title sounds sensational, but the show itself is intimate, almost poetic. It's about loneliness and the parts of ourselves we're afraid to feed. Every frame looks like a painting, water shimmering with blood-colored reflections, wind bending the grass, silence between words. The director Keiichi Hara gives it the pacing of a dream you can't wake from. If you like Devilman Crybaby, Paranoia Agent, or Perfect Blue, this one belongs on your list. It's disturbing, emotional, and absolutely unforgettable. Now for something gentle and completely different. Shabake brings us a breath of fresh, nostalgic air in the middle of all this chaos. Adapted from the best-selling Japanese novel series, Shabake tells the story of Ikitaro, a kind young man in Edo period Japan who can see and talk to yokai, the spirits of folklore. But unlike other supernatural series, Shabake isn't about fighting demons. It's about coexistence, finding compassion and humor in the strange and unseen. Each episode feels like a little moral story, Ikitaro helping a ghost find peace, a mischievous spirit teaching a lesson, or a cursed object revealing a hidden truth. The art style is warm and painterly muted colors, soft outlines, and beautiful depictions of Edo streets at sunrise and sunset. The music uses traditional Japanese instruments, giving it an atmosphere of calm and nostalgia. If you need something comforting or the kind of show that makes you smile quietly, Shabake is perfect. Fans of Natsume's Book of Friends or Mashishi will feel right at home. At number 8, things heat up again with May I Ask for One Final Thing? An over-the-top fantasy drama with a darkly comedic twist. The protagonist, Scarlett Castile, is a noble woman framed for treason and sentenced to execution. As she kneels before the blade, she smiles and says, "May I ask for one final thing?" No one expects her next move a burst of forbidden magic that destroys half the capital and changes history forever. Years later, Scarlett returns under a new identity, clever, ruthless, and secretly plotting revenge. But here's the fun part: instead of being brooding or edgy, Scarlett is completely unhinged. She's witty, sarcastic, and loves toying with her enemies while dismantling their plans piece by piece. The tone jumps between intense and absurd, balancing high-stakes political drama with punchy humor. Studio Silverlink nails the visual style: rich, saturated colors, grand ballroom lighting, and sharp comedic timing. If you liked Re:Zero, The Executioner and Her Way of Life, or The Eminence and Shadow, this is your kind of chaos. It's satisfying, cathartic, and surprisingly heartfelt. Number 9 gives us a smaller, quieter gem, Anira and Kokowa. This short-form anime follows two sisters, Anira, the responsible older one, and Kokowa, the dreamer who live in a remote seaside town surrounded by the remnants of an old robot civilization. The show mixes slice of life with subtle sci-fi. The sisters spend their days fishing, fixing broken machines, and writing letters to travelers who no longer exist. Each episode is a reflection on change of growing up, letting go, and finding wonder in forgotten places. The art direction is beautiful, washed-out pastel colors, hand-painted skies, and simple but expressive character designs. The background music uses gentle piano and acoustic guitar, creating a meditative atmosphere. It's not flashy or loud, it's emotional in the quietest way possible. If you loved Yokohama Kadashi Kiku no Nonbiori, this series will absolutely melt your heart. And finally, at number 10, a bold reinvention of a legendary name, Digimon Beat Break. This isn't a sequel, reboot, or spin-off, it's a complete reimagining of the Digimon concept, meant for a more mature audience. The story takes place in Neo Tokyo, where Digimon aren't partners but personal extensions of digital beings connected to human emotions and data profiles. When a mysterious virus called Beatbreak starts sinking humans and Digimon too deeply, people begin to lose control of emerging consciousness in terrifying ways. Our protagonist, Ren, is a freelance coder who stumbles onto the source of the infection, an AI experiment that evolved beyond its creators. Together with his Digimon, Veran, he dives into the network to uncover the truth. This series takes everything nostalgic about Digimon and friendship, digital bonds, emotional growth, and gives it a darker, cyberpunk edge. The animation is sleek, with glowing interfaces, rain-drenched alleyways, and surreal data battles that look like art installations. It's not just a reboot, it's a mature story about identity in the digital age. Digimon Beat Break is proof that even classic ideas can be reborn into something daring and relevant. So, there you have it, 10 brand new anime from fall 2025 that prove originality in anime isn't dead. From Dusk Beyond the End of the World's haunting sci-fi to SANDA's absurd rebellion, from this monster wants to eat me's poetic horror to the heartwarming piece of Shabik, this season has something for every kind of fan. If you're tired of sequels, give these shows a chance. Watch something unfamiliar. Explore a new world. That's what anime has always been about, discovery. Which one of these caught your eye the most? Let me know down in the comments. And if you enjoyed this list, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and ring that little bell so you never miss future deep dives. Thanks for watching, and remember, there's always another great story waiting for you just beyond the next season.